This week we're releasing Figaf IRT 2.12. It actually contains quite a number of improvements that make it easier for you to test SAP projects. And one of the big things that we've added is the ability to fetch messages from a dual stack system. This really is useful if you're doing a migration project and want to be able to get messages from your dual stack system and run them on your single stack system. And if you have like a 7.1 system and want to run these messages on your 7.5 system, this is what's actually possible with this tooling. And with that, you can really simplify your deployment and testing procedures. The other thing in this release is we have made security a high priority. So previously, one of the things we had was you could anonymize data. That meant you could take a message payload, you can go in and specify, I want to put some random stuff into this specific field. You ran it through, and then you had a new test case you could use whenever you're processing new stuff. That was obviously a little challenging and did require quite a bit of extra time setting up this process. So for the people that are doing migrations and just want to be able to take 1,000 messages from the productive system, run them on the test system once they've migrated or upgraded, and not having to care about is these data confidential or not, this is the feature that you have been looking for. And I think this is probably the first time we're seeing this. And what we'll do is whenever you're looking at a payload in the Figaf tool, it will all be scrambled. You will be able to see that there's numbers, there's letters, but you'll not be able to see what specific information in it. And this really makes it easier for developers to see what the problem is. Is there anything we just can ignore, or is that something we actually need to investigate? And then they can ask one of the guys that has access to investigate to check a look at it and see how to resolve the problem, or give them that specific test case and say, okay, you can use this one and this is not scrambled anymore. So that really speeds up that process about creating a lot of test cases. We have also upgraded to Java 11, so you can both run it with Java 8, which is really useful if you're doing a POC and you already have Java 8 on your system. And the Java 11 is if you want to run it on a server and do not want to pay licenses for the Java installation, then you can use the new Java 11 OpenJDK version that runs it. And it is basically, that's the same code, we are just adding some configurations for it. Another thing we have added is our synchronization algorithm has really been improved. The way we're fetching data from your PI system using the simple query to understand what kind of interfaces you have, what kind of mappings and objects you have. In our old approach, for some customers that had a lot of SAP standard components in, the simple queries simply timed out because all of the standard content. So now we are only fetching data that is being referred to by any IQ or any object that you're using, and that meant that we can stop and not having to synchronize all of these data. We've also made improvement to service interfaces, where there was also a need to do improvements because we were fetching messages way too many times. So that means that the process of synchronizing data from your PI system really has speed up. The last thing we've added is when you're looking at two different CPI iFlow versions, we've improved it so you can actually see what the difference is between two versions. So we have taken the full BPM model, simplified it so you can see the things that is most important. And now to this one, we've also added the ability to see what kind of resources you have on the platform. And that means it becomes a lot easier to see what of these messages are and figure out how you can actually add content in these things. So yeah, if you want to check it out, if you want to make sure that your SAP integration is running more smoothly, simplified, spending less time on testing and stuff like that, go to figaf.com/IRT. If you did like this video, click the subscribe button and you will be able to get more information about what are the different functionalities that we are going to release, what are these patches and stuff like that we are adding. So go check that out. Thank you.